13 trillion cubic feet. In fact, 13.46 trillion cubic feet. It's a lot of gas. How much? It's enough to support 3 LNG trains. It's more than the amount of gas that the Northwest Shelf project was started with in 1984. And it's the asset of an ASX listed company, Empire Energy. I'm joined today by Alex Underwood, the Managing Director. I'm Julian Malnic. Alex,
g'day Julian.
Great news. How's it feel?
Yeah, I couldn't be happier about this result. I mean, over the last 25 months that I've been running this company, we've been working really hard to get the house in order, build an amazing team and get exploration happening. And we were one of the first to start exploration with seismic late last year. The results of that seismic really excited us. But now through Netherland, Sewell Associates, we have a third-party validation of what we can see, which is a very substantial prospective resource in our acreage.
So the Beetaloo Basin is big news. And this is an increase in the independent assessment of your resource. The 2D seismic program from January obviously helped there, but tell us, when are you going to poke a hole into this thing?
Sure, so we've got the well funded. We raised some money late last year, which left us really well positioned into this COVID-19 induced slowdown in the world economy. And we got ministerial consent from the Environment Minister in the Northern Territory to drill the well in March. So we've pretty much got everything in place now. We just need to go through a few processes to ensure that we can mitigate the risk of COVID-19 transmission into local communities. We're speaking to drilling contractors and we're itching to get out on the ground.
Okay, well look, huge amount of gas obviously. What are the prospects for bringing this to market?
So this resource, as you said, is huge, and it's just our portion of other very substantial discoveries made by Santos and Origin. There are already existing markets for this gas. The Northern Gas Pipeline connects these basins with east coast of Australia, but also there's existing LNG infrastructure in place in Darwin. And I foresee that there will be further build out of that infrastructure as these basins are proven up, but also the potential for large scale gas manufacturing based out of Darwin.
So 13 trillion cubic feet is Empire Energy's stake alone, and then there's Origin and Santos and the potential of the McArthur. So it really is a fresh frontier. Tell us a little bit about working on the ground. It's very remote. You've got Indigenous owners or your partners. What's the work season like?
Yeah, so this is quite a unique place to operate. So I think it's important to note that the Northern Territory is a pretty beautiful place and we want to protect it. But also we operate on Aboriginal land, which means that we require the full consent of traditional owners to carry out our work program activities. We've gone through extensive processes of consultation over the years that continue to this day to get the consent of traditional owners. It's really important to us that not only can they benefit from royalties through existing agreements we have in place and future agreements that will be signed on other areas, but also that we can give them employment opportunities and further economic development. I've seen massive benefits to everyone in the US where shale basins have proliferated, such as Pennsylvania. There are a lot of areas that would be called Rust Belt America, which have now experienced an extraordinary boom, and not just in terms of money coming in, but skills and jobs for young people, and it's keeping them in their towns as opposed to moving to the cities.
Of course, shale oil and gas has transformed the US political position and pivoted the entire global politics so that the United States is now energy self-sufficient. Just a little bit, we don't still know a huge amount about shale gas in Australia. And just in wrapping up, can you maybe just give us a little bit of the methodology about how you measure and how this amazing figure was reached?
Yeah, sure. So in the oil and gas industry, it's been well known for decades that shale contains enormous volumes of oil and gas. The issue was that they couldn't be extracted due to very low permeability and porosity. The breakthrough in the US was fracture stimulation and horizontal drilling. And as you said, it's been an incredible economic bounty for their country.
Yeah, amazing.
Not only cheap gas, energy self-sufficiency, but also a proliferation of manufacturing that had previously moved offshore is now coming back to the US. Essentially, what's so exciting about shale gas is that it's in very, very large volumes and across very, very extensive areas. And what that means is that if we as an industry in this basin can commercialise existing discoveries that are already made, then this could have a transformational impact on Australia's energy industry.
So domestically supplying to the East Coast and with export, adding additional LNG export trains.
Absolutely. I mean, Australia's already the world's largest LNG exporter. We recently overtook to Qatar. Australia is considered a very friendly place to invest by international companies, but also we're highly strategically located to Asia, particularly on the north of Australia, which is so close to China, South Korea and Japan.
Of course. Empire Energy, the stock code is ASX EEG. Obviously a pretty exciting year ahead, and we'll be keeping you updated. Congratulations, Alex, well done.
Thanks, Julian. Cheers.